All right, can you all hear me now? Haha, there we go. Can you hear me again? I think you should be able to hear. Yes. Okay. This microphone, if you just touch the top, it mutes. And I think I was accidentally touching the top. So it should be totally fine now. Okay. Great. Okay. We should probably go, huh? Should we do this? Morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, welcome. How's everyone feeling this morning? Yeah, you're still waking up. Yeah, good coffee this morning. Yeah, a little bit. All right. So I'm inspired to work with a very sort of simplistic but not easy concept today, which is working with our stuckness. And I would say as a psychologist, this is one of the core things I work with people who come into my office is that we feel stuck. And then somatically in yoga, we feel stuck in our bodies. And it's such a common thing that I think it's part of our human experience is that we get stuck. And the beautiful thing that I've realized is there are many avenues to get back opened up, right? We can work with the mind and open the mind. But I find that when we actually work in the body and the energy system, then the mind changes. The mind is kind of like a puppy dog. If you work with the physical body and the energy, the mind will shift with that. But the mind also likes to be in control. And so there's something beautiful about this practice that quiets the mind down and allows us to connect, I think, into a deeper wisdom. So the practice today is going to ground the body. We're going to work a lot with energy today using breath work. And we're going to end with some mantra as well, mantra is tool for the mind. So whole mind body extravaganza today. All right. So I passed around Kleenex. You might like to blow your nose. If you haven't already, we're starting with bellows breath. So there are some mudras that go along with bellows breath. As you inhale, you're going to spread your fingers nice and wide. And then as you exhale, you're going to make a fist. Your thumb comes in first, fingers wrap around, and it's a sharp exhale. So there's a pause. Pause, pause, pause. Good, keep going. And as you exhale, really pull those fists down, really forcefully pull the fists down. So we're grounding ourselves with energy here. I'm going to do about 8 more. Pause. Yeah, little pause at the top, pause at the bottom. We're also creating some heat. You might already feel your body heating up. 2 more. Good. Now, take the hands right in front of the solar plexus. So hands are just sort of about 6 inches apart, right in front of the solar plexus. Take a nice deep breath in. Now let your awareness really anchor all the way down into your pelvis. So this mudra that you're holding now, these hands sort of right in front of the solar plexus, is called Vitam Mudra, which is all about cultivating vital energy. So we work with cultivating more vital energy in this practice to help us burn through what the yogis call ahankara, which is essentially ego, resistance, tightness. stuckness. So we need to cultivate prana to help us burn through the stuckness. So I invite you here as you continue just to hold this soft mudra, hands just a little distance apart in front of the solar plexus. Deepen the breath, inhaling, feeling that awareness move up the spine. And as you exhale, really start to settle your attention down into the pelvis, down into the belly. Keep going with these deep breaths. You might even add in that ujjayi, that ocean sounding breath. Letting yourself really settle. This mudra, Vita mudra, cultivates more awareness in our abdomen, in our pelvis. It's actually really relaxing for the lower back. And it definitely is believed to increase our vitality. So take a couple more breaths here, maintaining this mudra as you just continue to attune to yourself. All right, now as we continue we're tuning into subtle energy very quickly in the practice, and we'll be much more sensitive to it at the end. But for now, I'd like you to do one more mudra. You can peek your eyes open if you like. You make the peace sign, and then those two fingers come together and they ground down towards the floor. If you're sitting up high, you might have floating hands, which is okay. We're attempting to just ground the energy a little bit more now. So as we increase our vital energy, we ground it. So taking a deep breath in. Again, exhale, let yourself settle. And as your pointer and middle finger touch the earth, you might imagine yourself pulling up earth energy, pulling up that feminine Gaia, Mother Earth energy. And as you exhale, let yourself start to soften a little bit. Already, can you feel yourself settle just a bit? So with your fingers on the earth, take 3 more breaths. And bringing your hands together now in front of the heart. Those thumbs touch into the heart center. Taking a moment to set intention, higher intention for our class today. What I'm going to teach toward is just releasing blockage, releasing resistance, creating more free flow. And if there's anything additional you'd like to set as your intention for why you're showing up this morning, take a moment to do that. And then together we'll chant the sound of Om. We chant at the start of class just as a way to connect all of our energy. Even if you're in New York or wherever you're watching, you all connect energy. Energy goes beyond space and time. And additionally, when we chant, we start to calm the amygdala. We start to calm the fear part of the brain. So it allows us to start to settle in more to our body. So let's take a nice deep breath in. And then follow the exhale. See if you can fully release every bit of air in the lungs. And then we're going to take one more breath in to chant. Beautiful. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bow towards your hands in your heart. And slowly release the hands and then come all the way forward to all fours. You can just start to make your way to all fours, tabletop. And as you arrive on all fours, we start with nonlinear movement, which if you're new to my classes, nonlinear movement is just any kind of movement your body wants to make on all fours. So there's no rules, there's no particular pose. In fact, I always recommend that people close their eyes so they can just really settle in and feel. It's a great way to observe in yourself where there's some resistance in the body, where there's some stuckness. And oftentimes we're so busy in our headspace or just sort of on autopilot in life that we actually aren't even aware of where we're really stuck in our bodies until you come to yoga and you're like, oh yeah, there it is. And know that this practice today, we're using asana, we're using pranayama, breath work, we're using mudra, and we're using mantras. We're using actually 4 tools today to help us free up some of the blocks, some of the constriction, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, and they're always all tied up together anyway. And any natural sounds that come out of the body, sighs, breath, it's all welcome. In fact, all parts of you are welcome today, whatever shows up on the mat. This practice has a way of bumping us into our stuff, so it's an okay thing. It's a good thing. So as I watch all of you, I can feel you working the spine. Really be aware of the spine and let some undulations, some rolling movements come into your spine as a way to start to open this central channel in the body. And if you are really observing an area in your body that feels quite tender or stuck, send breath and send kindness. That sounds maybe a little silly, but we often are unconsciously kind of angry at the stuck parts in our body. And so see if you can be really compassionate and kind with where you feel stuck today. And if you feel 100% open, congratulations, go down and have a coffee at the bread garden and we'll meet you down there in an hour. All right, downward facing dog. So use your down dog as continued exploration. So continue to move, shake things out. Walk out your dog, let your head hang heavy and release. You can buzz your lips a little bit. Yeah, let your jawline move side to side. Yeah, I love those noises. Let them come. And so you're just going to continue to move in down dog. When you're ready, we meet in child's pose. So when you're ready for a child's pose, your knees come down to the mat, knees go wide, hips moving back towards the heels, forehead on the floor. And now find that really steadfast, solid connection to breath. So breath is one of the fastest ways when we work with consciously with our breath. It's one of the most efficient ways for us to shift our moods, to shift our mental state. So using the breath right now, create that ujjayi sound, that ocean sounding breath in the back of the throat. And maybe see about letting your exhale extend a little longer than the inhale. So it's like you're trying to grow your exhale longer. Slow some things down. Beautiful. And on an inhale, come all the way back to all fours. So wrists underneath shoulders. As you inhale, extend your right leg back. So right leg extends back. Draw the abdomen so the navel is pulling in towards the spine, and see about extending your left arm forward. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, round like a cat, pull knee in towards, or elbow in towards knee, and then we're going to inhale back out. As you exhale, this is when you round in. I'm going to do 3 of these. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, round in. And then release down to all fours. Take an inhale, extending pelvis and opening the heart space. And then as you exhale, round. 3 more of these. Cat cows. Inhale, pelvis tilts, heart lifts. Exhale, we round. Go at a pace that's in alignment with your breath. So the inhale is what opens the heart, and the exhale is what grounds you as you look inward. All right, as you come back to neutral spine, take your right leg out to the side. And I think there's enough space, which is why I'm teaching this today. Yeah. And then walk your hands forward so your wrists are slightly forward of the shoulders. And then let yourself move a little bit. So this is big inseam of the leg, inner thigh. Letting your pelvis move forward and back, maybe side to side a little bit. So opening that line, that energetic line that runs up through the inner knee, the inner thigh, all the way to the inner groin. And also feel a nice opening in your back as you stretch your hips way back. Just being really curious about sensation and also where there's stuckness. That's what we're actually kind of on the lookout for, where we're stuck today, because if we can bring our consciousness to those areas of stuckness, they can start to free up. Seen it happen. All right, now walk your hands back and see about coming up. So ideally, this right foot is grounded, so you can get real stable here. Hands on the hips, and start to slide your right hand down your right leg. Just don't stop it at your knee joint. It's either going to be above or below, and then extend left arm up. We're going to bow over to the right. All right, so taking a nice deep breath in to the left rib cage. As you exhale, bow to the right just a little more. Take another breath into that left rib cage. Exhale, stay here. Maybe the hand is sliding down the leg a little bit more. And then we come all the way forward. Step this right foot forward. So now right knee is over right ankle. Right foot is walking off to the right. So we're opening this entire right leg, toes turn out. And now we work in our humble pose. So humble pose might look like forearms on the floor. It might look like forearms on a block, or I actually really like to just stay upright and just move the pelvis side to side, front to back. Circles can be really good here to start to lubricate that right hip. Just a reminder, as you're opening the hips, it's not uncommon that your jaw clamps down. So let that jawline stay really soft. And be curious about the breath continuing to flow in the body. Using that ujjayi ha sounding breath to help you blow out the stuckness, because we are all stuck. We all get stuck. And the hips are a region in the body that really gets stuck. All right. So on an inhale, walk your right foot back towards the center of your mat. Lift your back knee and slide it back just a couple inches to see about straightening this front leg. Now, blocks underneath the hands are probably going to be helpful for many of us because our hamstrings are tight, or you're just going to have a big bend in this knee, and that's totally fine. There's some extra blocks back there too if anyone needs it. And I like when we start, as we're warming up to work dynamically. So as you inhale, bend into your front knee. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg and pull the heel back. So as we inhale, we're coming forward. As we exhale, we're leaning back, pulling the hips back. Everyone have blocks that need blocks? John, grab blocks back. And then just sink back into your own body, observing like, what is going on here? And I'm going to encourage you that the next time your front leg is straight, we're going to stay. So right heel is pressing down, toes are spread, right toes are spread. The heel is dragging back isometrically, and then you're attempting to extend your heart forward. So you really start to get into that area around sacrum. Aren't you guys glad you came? You got out of bed this morning, decided, I think I'll go do a little yoga this morning. I promise you're going to leave feeling way different, but yeah, this is a journey, is it not? I'm looking at Andrea's face right now. She's like, why did I come again? My bed was so warm. Bend into that front knee. Lift your back knee. So we are in a deep lunge. Now, as you step back to down dog, I just want you to take a moment to feel your whole right side, your right hamstring, your right hip. Just take a look, take a moment to really observe your handiwork here. Like notice what you've just opened, some of the space that started to be created in your body. And as we create space in the body, we magically create space in the mind. Just happens that way. All right, so pressing the hands down, start to move your femurs, your thigh bones back even more. Now inhale again, and on the exhale, slowly lower your knees down. So this is mindfulness here. You're seeing if you can drop your knees down very slowly and let the knees touch at the exact same moment. Then we walk the hands back so the wrists are underneath the shoulders and extend the left leg back. Right toes, keep them curled under. That's going to give you more stability here. So left leg is back, toes of the left foot are spread. Belly, navel is pulling up, right arm forward. Take an inhale. As you exhale, round, pull in, knee to elbow, or elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch out. As you exhale, pull in. One more here. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, pull in. And now return to neutral spine. From here, 4 cat-cows on your own. So tilting the pelvis on the inhale. As you exhale, drawing the pelvis under, rounding up. Find your own breath cycle and link up your movements with your breath. After those 4 cat-cows, left leg comes way out to the side. Walk your hands forward. So it's more like down dog arms. Right? And then you can just start to move the pelvis forward and back. Or move the pelvis side to side, maybe some circles. As you close the eyes, you can really start to sink into your body. Staying so curious about the sensation, staying so curious about where you feel stuck or constricted, or where your edge point is. I'm always curious in each of my poses, like, where is my edge? Can I actually go to my edge and then be there for a moment, not freak out? Stay in intensity and notice how I can maintain some equanimity. Now, eventually, step left foot forward, left knee is bent, left knee is over left ankle. Walk the left foot off to the left, turn your toes out so you get a nice external rotation. And then we move into humble pose. So again, you could be on your forearms for a deeper one. You can stay upright and just really let your pelvis move a bit side to side. You could lift your back knee too if you want some challenge. It's as if, it's not as if, I think it is, that we build up all these layers of contraction. Modern life is pretty intense. So our nervous system sort of contracts away from certain things, stress, challenge. So these practices we're doing today help us start to shed that contraction, that stuckness. Life is generally more enjoyable when we're open. All right, from humble pose, come upright to your hands and then walk your left foot towards the center of the mat. We lift the back knee to slide it back so that front leg straightens for Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey pose. And again, I like to pendulate, meaning I like to come in and out of the pose. So as you inhale, you might come forward. As you exhale, you might see about straightening that front leg. So why do we pendulate? We pendulate to come out of the edge and then to move back into it. So you can be really conscious about releasing the edge point and then settling back into it. And you can learn a lot about yourself by watching what that's like. How do you respond to this? Yoga is all self-study, svadhyaya, watching the self. Next time you have your front leg essentially straight, stay. And then let the heel root down, spread the toes of the left foot. See if you can make sure that your left foot is not sickled or angled. Make sure it's almost straight, like it's standing on the ground. And as you pull that heel back, extend your navel and your sternum and your heart forward. And they maybe fold even deeper over your front leg. Now as we inhale, bend into that front knee, lift the back knee. We're in a deep lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Walk your hands backwards towards your feet. So you're in Uttanasana at the back of the mat. Let your head be loose. Shake it out. Let your neck soften a little bit. Bend your knees, and on an inhale, sweep the arms forward. Come all the way up to standing. And then exhale, hands down in front of the heart. Come now to Hakini Mudra. So the thumbs or all the tips of the fingers are lightly touching. This is held right in front of the solar plexus. And this is the mudra of integration. So here we are integrating breath, asana. So we're working with the physical body, we're working with the energy body, and we're working with the mental body. Maybe by the end of our practice, we've reached the bliss body. So take a breath in. Hear your exhale. Enjoy the sound of the exhale. You can even open the mouth if you like on that exhale. 2 more of them here. Last one here. And then you release the hands on an inhale. Sweep the arms up. Even lift your gaze. And as you exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Now, as you inhale, look up halfway. Walk your fingers up your shin, lift your heart, gaze forward. That's it. And then exhale, fold. All right, 2 more of these. These heat the body. Inhale, look forward. Big ha as you release. Good. 1 more. Inhale, gaze and look forward. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, deep lunge. All right, turn the back foot down and rise up. So as you come up, you can straighten this front leg just to get yourself steady. And I'd like you to really be conscious of your feet placement. So your right heel needs to intersect your left arch. So you have heel to arch alignment. Inhale those arms up, take a breath in. Now as you exhale, bend into your right knee and let your right knee track to the right. So open that right knee out to the right and then turn your palms to face the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, settle your pelvis, but let your sternum, your gaze, your heart lift. Another breath. Exhale. You take a last breath here and now transition to side angle, right forearm to right thigh, left arm up in alignment with the ear. So as much as you can, stamp that left foot down, firm that left leg. And think about your right buttock tucking under just a bit more. And there's a bit of a twist here. So can you let your navel twist up to the left, up to the sky? That's it, Melissa. Take another breath in. And now exhale, lower your hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. All right, from down dog, inhale, forward to plank. See if you can make these movements graceful. Exhale, we lift back to dog. It's like there's a wave that comes under your belly, and as you inhale, that wave pulls you forward to plank. And then on the exhale, the wave pushes you back to dog. On this third pass forward, we lower all the way down onto our bellies. And now, again, I think we have the space here, full prostration. So this is your arms come all the way forward. Front row, you might have a little trouble here. And you can scoot back. All right, so we're fully on our bellies, forehead on the floor. So now we're, again, linking breath with movement. And this is also really fabulous exercise for our brains because we're working lateral movements here, opposite sides. So follow my instructions. As you inhale, lift your right leg and your left arm. Pedal lift as well. And then as you exhale, lower all the way down. Now inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, use the full exhale to lower. And do that again. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, lower. One last time. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Lower. Now this time we're going to inhale just the legs. So inhale, just lift those legs up. Exhale, lower. Now inhale, just torso, arms. Exhale, lower. Now inhale, everything. Exhale, lower halfway, but stay lifted. And now inhale, let that breath really pull you up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Swing your arms around to the sides, palms face up, turn onto one cheek. Let your shoulders relax, let your buttocks relax, let your hips relax. Notice the sensation of your abdomen on the mat. And take a conscious breath into the abdomen. So as you inhale, feel that abdomen expand into the mat. And as you exhale, feel the whole body start to soften. And as you turn on to the opposite cheek, so you balance your neck, we add in a layer of mantra. As you're still with your breath, as you inhale, mentally repeat to yourself silently, so. And as you exhale, hum. So, hum. And you flatten the tops of your feet on the floor as well. Yeah. So, hum just means I am. So, hum. All right, bring your hands back in alignment with your chest. Press yourself back up through all fours to downward facing dog. Pressing those thighs back. Feeling the belly pull in towards the spine. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands, deep lunge. And as you turn your back foot down, rise up, and then just let your legs be straight, just so you get very honest with your feet. Do you have heel to arch alignment? Makes the pose infinitely easier. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend into that left knee and track the left knee to the left. So open it out to the side. Take a breath in, turn the palms towards the ceiling, and let your gaze be really soft but steady over the middle finger. Let's really connect with breath. Inhale. Exhale, we settle. Back legs so engaged, so strong. Another breath in. Now, on this next exhale that you make, left forearm comes to the left thigh, and the right arm stretches up. So focus on your right foot, ground it, and feel your right inner thigh lift a little bit. Breathe into your right rib cage. Can you extend your ribs towards the sky? And then as you exhale, get a little twist. The navel is twisting up to the right. Stay here for another breath in. Beautiful. And now on the exhale, release hands to the floor. Step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, front of the mat. And shake out the head. Yeah. We're releasing the constrictions, letting go of the resistance. Inhale, look up halfway. Big exhale, big ha. Yeah, do it again. 2 more times. Inhale, look up halfway. Big sigh as you release. Last time here, inhale. Exhale, fold. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep arms forward. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment to pause and feel yourself. We're freeing up energy, vitality. Can you start to already feel that in your own system? Observe yourself here. And then come back to Hakini Mudra, the tips of the fingers touching. Hands right in front of the solar plexus. Again, the mudra of integration and unity. Doing lots of hand positions today, lots of mudra work. Take a breath in. Exhale, stay here. It's like a deep integration that happens right now. When we pause like this in yoga and stay in conscious awareness, it's like we can integrate all that we just did in that last sun salute. And the integration piece is so key. This is why all the rest moments in yoga are so key. It's when your body integrates. All right, let's release the hands when you're ready. On your next inhale, arms sweep up. On the exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the gaze just one time, but hear your breath as you exhale. Beautiful. Step all the way back to downward facing dog. Yeah. I feel you, Nick. All right, inhale, right leg into the sky. Good, bend your right knee and let your right foot stretch over to the left just a little bit. That's it. Now inhale, see about straightening the right leg. And as you exhale, round like a cat, pull the knee in towards the nose, hover for just a moment, and then step the right foot through, deep lunge. All right, we're coming to a high lunge. So to do this, you might like to walk your right foot over to the right and then come up. Hands to pelvis can also get you a little more grounded and stabilized here. Draw those shoulders back, pull the abdomen in. Inhale, arms up. New mudra, Kali mudra. Interlace the fingers, pointer finger towards the sky. We take a breath in. Exhale, stick your tongue out, big hop. Again, inhale. Exhale, stick that tongue out. One more. Good, release hands to the floor. Step back to down dog. All right, we're cultivating more heat, more energy, but listen to your body. If you need a child's pose, take a child's pose. This is your chance to really tune in and listen. If you'd like to do a vinyasa here, you can inhale forward to plank. I encourage you to go back and forth 3 times. And then on your third pass forward, lower all the way down, take a cobra or an up dog. You can stay in child's pose. If you're there, you're listening to your body, beautiful. There's no right or wrong here. It's all just us listening, tuning, figuring out what we need. All right. Eventually, we all meet back in downward facing dog. And this time, as you inhale, left leg comes up into the sky. Bend that left knee and stretch the foot over to the right. So as your left foot is stretching over to the right, can you actually let your right femur move back just a little more? Now inhale, stretch the left leg long. Bring the left knee in towards the nose. Hover for a moment. And then step the left foot through. Walk left foot off to the left. Come up. Get steady here. Ground. Draw the shoulders back. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Kali mudra. So Kali is the goddess of destruction. But she gets a bad rap. She's thought to be a mean goddess. She's actually the most loving of the goddesses because she helps you cut through what doesn't work. So take a breath. Exhale, stick your tongue out. Big pop. Do 2 more of these. Inhale. Stick your tongue out. 1 more breath. Good. Now hands release. Step forward again. Uttanasana, forward fold. Catch your breath. That was a fiery round. Let yourself feel that in the body. And then as we inhale and come all the way up to standing, once again, we give ourselves a little space of integration. Hands come down in front of the heart. Intuitively tune either keep your hands at your heart or again, come back to that Hakini Mudra in front of the solar plexus. And we just give our body a little chance to catch up with our mind. Body's the densest aspect of you. Yogis say we have 5 bodies. We have a physical body, an energy body, a mental body, a wisdom body, and a bliss body. But we have to spend most time working in the physical body because it's most dense. It takes the longest to change. All right, release those hands. Find a block. Have your block set up so it's off the right front hand corner of your mat. So block is off the right front hand corner of your mat. Just set that up. And then you're back at the front of the mat. Toes are spread, feet are hip distance width apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, we're going to sit down through Utkatasana just for a moment. So sitting back in chair pose, hips are back. Inhale, let the heart lift a little. Exhale, saddle. And take another breath in. And then exhale, straighten the legs slowly as you bring your hands down to the earth. Release your head. On your next inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we fold and release all of that air. Step the left foot back, deep lunge. All right, turn the back foot down and once again, come upright. I'm going to encourage you to straighten those legs. Just come upright and look at your feet. Is my right heel intersecting my left arch? Legs are going to stay completely straight and solid. So feel them already. They're straight, they're firm, they're solid. Inhale, arms up. Now, as you exhale, we bow into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So right hand coming down to the shin. You could have your hand on a block or your hand could be above your knee. Let's take your left hand down to your waist for a moment. Re-engage those legs, firm them up, feel your kneecaps lift. Lengthen through your right side body. So from your right waist to your right armpit, grow longer. Pull your left shoulder back. Feel a little twist in the abdomen. And then extend your left arm up. Gaze can be straight ahead if it's okay in your neck. You might let your gaze move up towards your top hand, but keep that back leg so anchored. And take a breath in. Now on the exhale, left hand comes to the waist. Look down at your right foot, bend into your right knee. Take your right hand on your block. Step your back foot one step forward. Take your block forward of your foot and off to the right. And then lift your left leg into half moon. Spread the toes of your left foot. Get those glutes back. They're so strong. Pull your left shoulder back and maybe extend your top arm up. Yes, really good, everyone. We take a breath in and now we just exit forward. Left foot comes in alignment with the right foot. We're back in Uttanasana. Step back to down dog. Take a child's pose or take a vinyasa. You decide. Listening into your body and what it needs. And staying really curious. This is a much more heating practice today for lots of reasons. It's cold out. These are the practices we need to do more in the winter. And also as we work with constriction and where we're holding, these fiery practices do bump us into where we're stuck. And a lot of times it's mental. A lot of times, we're stuck in our mind spaces. Tell us we can't do certain things. All right, come back up through down dog. And then bend your knees so much that you can get your hip creases to move way back. So you have a nice curve in your low back. So it's a Real bent knee down dog. Now look between your hands and either step or take a little hop forward to the front of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, we fold. Bend your knees and get your weight in your heels. So your torso's resting on your thighs. Walk your hands forward. Keep rooting down through your heels and then stretch your arms up as we come through Utkatasana again, chair pose. Taking a breath. Exhale, settle. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands stay at the heart space, or hands return to Hakini Mudra, the mudra of integration. And again, we just allow ourselves to pause, to feel, to observe. We've got so much energy moving through the body. I want you to see if you can really be the witness of that. All right. Last sun salute. Release the hands. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. And then exhale, we fold. Good. Step the left foot, or step the right foot, excuse me, back into deep lunge. You're gonna have to switch your block. So place your block on your left side of your mat. Turn the back foot down, rise up. Straight legs. Looking at your feet, setting them up well, firming the legs. Inhale, arms up. Take a breath in. Use the exhale to descend into Trikonasana, left hand coming to your shin or to your ankle or above the knee. And then as you take your right hand down to the waist, just keeps you a little bit honest here. So we work this pose from the core out to the periphery. So pull your right shoulder back. Get that right shoulder back. Feel that navel pulling up towards the right. Then extend your top arm up. Really re-engage that right foot down, activate down through that back foot, and then lengthen from your left waist to your left armpit. Gaze might be up towards your top hand. Taking a breath in, full breath in. Now take right hand down to your waist again. Let your gaze drop to your left foot. Bend into your left knee. Step your right foot forward one step. Your block comes forward and off to the left. So that block should be angled off of your front foot. Right leg lifts for Ardha Chandrasana. Spread the toes. Draw the right shoulder back, right arm might lift. Really good. Pull the navel to spine, breathe in. And then exhale, we fold into Uttanasana. So right foot comes in alignment with the left. Shake out the head, shake anything else out that needs to shake out. Did it. I'm going to step back here to a final down dog, moving our way into little shoulder opener, followed by a final hip opener. So slowly lower knees down to the mat. Inhale, right arm into the sky. So we're in tabletop, right arm into the sky. And then thread that right arm underneath the left. All right, so your bodies are really warm right now. We sometimes do this one as a warm up, but your bodies are quite warm. So I'm gonna really encourage you to go for it. Really get that right shoulder tucked underneath you and really work to get your navel spinning up towards the sky. Now, the really sort of version of this when your body is warm is to bring your knees together as well. Walk your left hand forward and then try to take your right hand to your left ankle or to your left heel. Right? So you're really twisted here. Alternatively, you can work with extending your right leg back into a lunge leg. But use this pose. This is a good twist. Yeah. And it's not uncommon to sort of fall out of the pose if you're really working it. That's okay. But really work to feel that navel spinning up towards the left or spinning up towards the sky. So stay here for 3 more breaths and consciously breathe into where you feel constriction here, because you're all at an edge point. Can you breathe into the constriction and then use the exhale to soften some of that? And then after your 3rd breath, slowly come all the way back out to all 4s. Pause in the middle. Maybe take a cat-cow as a way to clear the low back before you venture into second side. It's left arm this time that threads underneath the right. Yep, left arm threading underneath the right. As you walk your right arm forward, you get a little lift through that armpit. And you can roll more towards the back of your head, which can sometimes, if you hold a lot of tension around those back shoulder blades, can really feel the opening as you roll more towards the back of the head. So if you're working your legs, a little more weight is in your left knee, and you might take your right leg back into a lunge or take your right leg over to the right. Two more breaths here. Breathe into where you feel the most intensity and use your exhale to soften and surrender. Surrender is also a practice. We get better at it, but it's hard. But watch how in your body you can surrender a little more. And then it'll be on an inhale that you slowly come all the way back out to all 4s. Once again, as you come back to all 4s, cat-cow, pelvis tilts, heart lifts. Exhale, round. Moving into final hip opener, pigeon pose. So hands walk forward. You can get to pigeon from all 4s, but we often practice from dog. So as you lift to dog, bring your right knee forward and off to the right for pigeon. So right knee forward, off to the right. Left knee scoots back a little bit. We just start upright as a way to make sure we've got a long spine. Breathe in, and then as you exhale, come forward onto your forearms. Any little pelvic movement side to side that allow you to free some things up a bit more. Give yourself those movements. So come back to the breath. As you exhale, slow the breath down and really blow out whatever constrictions you're experiencing in the hips or the low back or the neck. And after you've completed that 3rd exhale, transition back up and switch it out to the other side. So you can come back through down dog or back through all 4s. Take a moment to observe, integrate, notice the changes in that hip. And then we end with left leg forward, left knee way off to the side. Start upright, moving your hands back, long spine. Try to maintain that long spine as you come forward. And again, any little movement side to side that feel comfortable to your body. Remember, you have breath as a tool to release tension. Take 2 more breaths here. Maybe slowing your exhale down. And then this time as you exit, if you want to come through down dog, because that's how you always do it, do that. Otherwise, just let yourself lean over onto your left hip and swing this right leg all the way around. All right, so find a blanket or a block or a little something that you can sit on. Do a bit of breath work here, followed by a little mantra work, and then we'll come on to our backs. So the breath work we're going to work with today is Nadi Shodhana, which is alternative nostril breathing. If you have stuffy nostrils, you're going to want to do this mentally. So if you literally plug one nostril and you can't breathe up that side, just imagine breathing up one and down the other. But if you're doing Nadi Shodhana with me, you'll use your right hand as your mudra hand. Pointer middle come in towards the base of the thumb. The thumb's going to close off your right nostril and your ring finger will close off your left. Alternative nostril makes us introverted. It draws us in. It's thought to balance left, right hemispheres of the brain. And it's thought to really settle the nervous system. So all good things. Let's take, without closing off either nostril, sit tall. Let your weight settle over your sit bones and let your chin tuck just a little bit. Let's breathe up both nostrils. And exhale down both nostrils. Good. Now close off the right nostril and inhale up the left side. The top of the breath, pause, switch nostrils, and exhale down the right nostril. Good. You'll inhale up that right side. Pause at the top, and then exhale down the left side. Again, if one nostril feels a little stuffy, you can do this mentally. We inhale up the left side. This is round 2. And exhale down the right. You inhale up that same right side. And then exhale down left. Please do at least one more round. So starting 3rd round, you inhale up the left side. Exhale down the opposite, down the right side. Inhaling up that same right side. And as you exhale down the left, complete the full exhale. Let every bit of air come out of the lungs. And you'll release hands down to thighs. Take a nice deep breath up both nostrils. And then exhale, stay. So we are going to sit here for 2 full minutes in meditation, working with mantra. So we have pulled out almost every yogic tool in the book today. And now we add in mantra. And the mantra today, we already introduced it, so hum. So hum. So when we use mantra, mantra literally means a vehicle for the mind, a tool for the mind. So as you inhale, you're mentally repeating so. As you exhale, mentally repeating hum. So again, this practice draws us in, starts to settle things internally. Nothing else but just the breath and this mental repetition. So hum. All right, so if you would like to remain in meditation, be my guest. Otherwise, we'll transition. If you're leaving meditation, just do a little sort of integration by just bowing towards yourself, like, okay, I'm completing my meditation. And then we'll all come onto our backs. Again, if sitting in meditation feels good to you, you have my full blessing always to stay. Otherwise, if you're coming down onto your back, give yourself the space as you come onto your back to do anything you need to do to release your practice. So you might bring your knees in towards your chest and rock a little side to side. This is your chance just to tune into your body on the floor and find out if there's anything more that it might need to do, some twisting or anything else. And then eventually, if and when you find Shavasana, there's no hurry, so take all the time you need to get there. This is the portion of the practice where you let everything go. So you let mudras go, asanas go, you let the practice go, you let your breath go, and you just settle into a state of full receptivity. Staying open to everything, but releasing any expectation that anything might happen. It's just a moment-to-moment awareness. So please rest in this space of openness, whether you are sitting in meditation or in Shavasana. Just let yourself remain open. And I will hold the space and watch the time. So observe yourself, take a deeper breath in, and then fully follow the breath out. Watch your mental body come back online as you come back into witness observation mode. Feel your physical body start to reawaken with a little bit of movement in your fingers and in your toes. But take your time, stay really conscious of how you transition. Took you a long time to reach the space of receptivity in which you were just resting. So really take your time transitioning back to more wakefulness. No need to rush out of this. So eventually you might roll onto one side, perhaps. And come all the way back up to your seat. And if you'd like to sit up on a little something for your hips or your knees, go for it. Hands come together in front of the heart. Really beautiful practice today to free up ourselves, free up our bodies, free up our energy, free up our minds. Maybe touch us into a little more bliss. So we'll conclude practice with the 4 powerful intentions that my teacher, Dr. Chopra, teaches. May we move today through our life with a vibrant, energetic body, a reflective and alert mind, a kind and compassionate heart, and a lightness of being. Namaste. And if you're in the space, you might just share namaste hands with people around you, thanking them for sharing this practice today. Thanks everyone for being here today. Have a great Saturday. And we'll see you all soon. Thank you, Resme. Lovely to see you here. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Susie. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Lisa. Bobby, Maureen, Nancy, Monica, Doug, Jessica. Yep, Holly appeared today. You're right. Claire, Jennifer, Joanna, Maureen. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And we'll be here next Saturday doing some gratitude work. So feel free to tune back in. We'll meet it after all of our Thanksgiving dinners. Johnny, the sun came out. Yeah. Thanks, Eileen. Thanks, Lindsay. All right, everyone. Have a great day.